very good evening and welcome to the news live on Channel Live.
A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir.
I'm Javed Bongzo. Now for the news in detail. President Mahinda Rajapaksa said that the present government has rendered significant work to improve Piriven education than any other government in this country. He said that the reason for this is that the government has clearly understood the importance of Piriven education. The President made these comments at a function held in connection with the centenary anniversary of the Bellana Sri Dharmapala Mahapirivena in Aglawatta yesterday. The Sri Dharmapala Mahapirivena of Aglawatta was established in the year 1914. Throughout its history, this Pirivena has rendered an enormous service for Buddhist education. It has also propagated Buddhism in foreign countries as well. The Pirivena produced many erudite Buddhist monks, including the Mahanayaka of the Kote, Sri Kalyani Samagra Mahasanga Sabhava Aggamha Pandit Venerable Bellana Sri Nana Vimala Thero. The President participated in the religious function held at the Vihara yesterday. The 750th Nanasala project of the Mahinda Chintana was established at the Vihara. President also associated in the launching of the website of the Sri Dharmapala Mahapirivena. The commemoration ceremony started after that. The President said that when the student monks speak in the languages of the Dharmapala Pirivena is an institution that has produced many erudite monks popular locally and in several foreign countries.
Today I am very happy because I got the chance to speak in front of our leader.
The President said that when the student monks speak in the languages of Tamil and English, it creates a great pride and it helps us to keep hope about the future. He said that the government made a great contribution for the improvement of Piriven education in recent years. The past governments did not pay much attention to the Piriven education, and this government made great contributions since the government understood the value of it. The President said that this government has created an environment that protects the life of everyone. However, now it has become necessary to face allegations for creating such an atmosphere. The President said all these allegations should be discarded as a prime necessity is the motherland should be protected and steps should be taken in this connection. The function was organized under the guidance of the Mahanayaka of the Kote, Sri Kalyani Samagra Mahasanga Sabhava Aggamha Pandit Venerable Bellana Sri Nana Vimala Thero. Members of the Mahasanga, including Venerable Dr. Ittapani Dhammalanka Thero, Ministers Mahinda Samarasinha, Bandula Gunawardana, Rajat Senratna and Nirmala Kotalavala also attended the function.
අධිකරු ජනාධිපති මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මහතුමා එතුමාගේ ලොන්ගතු සුබ සිලහරේ සමග සම්බන්ධයි.
Several friendly countries have made arrangements to submit a proposal in favor of Sri Lanka at the Geneva Human Rights Council session. China, Russia and several other countries have already announced that they will support Sri Lanka. The American proposal based on false propaganda against the country is at present being discussed at the U.S. Congress. The draft proposal has been given to the Foreign Relations Committee for studying it. China, Russia, Pakistan, Iran, Indonesia and the United Arab Emirates have already announced that they will support Sri Lanka against the proposal. The foreign media reports that these countries are preparing to submit a counter-proposal to the American proposal at the UNHRC sessions. Some websites indicate that with this action, the American proposal will be diluted. The government has taken action to implement the recommendations of the LLRC and enlightened foreign diplomatic missions about the national reconciliation. The Geneva sessions will start on the 3rd of March and a high-ranking delegation from Sri Lanka is to participate in the session. The delegation will be led by Minister of External Affairs, Professor G.L. Piris, and it will include Minister Mahinda Samarasinha and several other officials.
Minister Basil Rajapaksa said that certain non-government organizations, in collaboration with internationally organized groups, have launched a huge program to isolate Sri Lanka in the international arena. It has become their attempt to project the views of a minority as opinion of the majority. The minister said that these conspiracies should be defeated by giving a massive victory for the United People's Freedom Alliance in the Western and Southern Provincial Council elections. Minister Basil Rajapaksa said that attempts are being made to distort the people's mandate that had been given to the government and to project the views of a handful few as opinion of the people. The minister said that they are making these attempts to isolate Sri Lanka internationally and to isolate the people of the country as well. He said that the elections being held at a time of conspiracies against the country are very important and the people should strongly express their antipathy to these conspiracies. Mr. Basil Rajapaksa made these comments at a function held to establish United People's Freedom Alliance election office at Slave Island today. Minister H.M. Fauzi and several politicians attended the function.
Continuing with more local stories, President Mahinda Rajapaksa has sent a message of congratulations to the new Nepalese Prime Minister Sushil Koirala. In his message, the President has reminded about the long-time historical relationship between Sri Lanka and Nepal. The President's message states that Mr. Sushil Koirala has become the Prime Minister of Nepal at a decisive period of the constitution and the politics of the country. The election of Mr. Koirala displayed the acknowledgement of the new leader by the people of Nepal. The President states that Mr. Koirala has been elected to his high post due to his long and exemplary political life. The long-time friendly relationship between Nepal and Sri Lanka is based on cultural and religious ties. The Buddhism has played a significant role in this connection. The President also states that the relationship between the two countries have been further enhanced recently due to bilateral relationship and under the SAARC framework.
The Met Department informed that rains cannot be expected until the first week of next month. The inter-monsoon rain condition will start in the second week of March. However, the Director General of the Met Department, Lali Chandrapala, said that it is doubtful whether sufficient rainfall will be received. The October-November period of last year fell under the second inter-monsoon period. However, during those months, only 50% of the expected rain was received. The Met Department informed that it was the main reason for the dry weather situation existing at present. The rainfall last December was on a very low level. It has contributed for the few rainfall received in the month of January and failure to receive rain in the month of February. Due to a dry wind condition that originated in the Indian subcontinent and passed through the country, the sky was free of clouds. Therefore, a hot temperature in the daytime and a very cold weather in the mornings prevail at present. The Met Department informed, as per the data available, there will not be a drought in the immediate future. Director General of the Met Department, Lali Chandrapala, said that we have clearly seen droughts at pre-El Nino occasions. When the temperature of the seawater of Pacific Ocean increases, it is called an El Nino situation. The possibility of a high El Nino situation is very less. Therefore, he said that it is not possible to predict at the moment whether there will be a drought in the immediate future. Making a prediction at this moment is baseless. Mr. Chandrapala said that people must minimize the use of water.
මේ අවස්ථාවේ තියෙන තත්ත්වය අනුව පදනමක් නැහැ මං හිතන්නේ මහජනතාව හුඟක් පරිස්සම් වෙනවා නම් ජලය අර පිරිමැස්මෙන් පාවිච්චි කරන්න මං හිතන්නේ ඒක තමයි ඇත්තටම අත්‍යවශ්‍ය දේ.
In certain areas, forest fires have also taken place. Due to the lack of rainfall in the catchment areas, the water levels in the reservoirs have dropped significantly and difficulties of providing irrigation water has arisen. The water levels of the river Valave has also dropped. In order to prevent salt water getting mixed with the water of the Valave river, a barrier has also been constructed across the Valave river. Due to this, it has become possible to supply drinking water. Meanwhile, the Minister of Disaster Management, Mahinda Amarveera, said that the government has already allocated funds to successfully face the situation if a disaster condition happens in the future. Mr. Amarveera said that the President has already allocated funds for his ministry to provide relief facilities to the people. He said that funds have already been forwarded to the government agents of several districts, including Kaltara and Gaul. Further assistance will be provided to the government agents based on their requests.
The renovated Colombo City Road network will be vested with the people tomorrow. This includes 8 kilometers of main roads and 17 access roads. A sum of 782 million rupees has been spent for these renovation work. The vehicle congestion in many main roads will get minimized with the access road development. Under the city beautification program, steps have been taken to expand the greening activities. All roads have been renovated in an environmental friendly manner. All lanes have been fixed with beautifying stones. Several steps have been taken for the convenience and safety of the pedestrians. Road signs, safety pedestrian signals and street lamps have been fixed in a beautifying manner. It can be seen that special protective fences have been installed at crossing points. The city beautification plan includes water supply network for the next 5 years, underground electric line network and facilities for parking vehicles. The Ministry of Defence and Urban Development is implementing the city development project of Colombo City under the World Bank loan assistance. Under the guidance of President Mahinda Rajapaksa and under the steering of Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa, the new road network will be declared open by Minister of Water Supply and Drainage Dinesh Gunawardena.
Still on local news, teaching assistant appointments are given for the first time for the Dhamma school teachers who have passed the Buddhist Dharmacharya examination. Presenting of appointment letters to 1,000 qualified teaching assistants was made this evening at a function held at the BMICH under the patronage of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Members of the Mahasangha and laymen who have gained 5 years uninterrupted teaching experience in a Dhamma school after passing the Dharmacharya examination qualified to receive these appointments. Selections for these appointments have been done after a written examination and an oral interview. The President instructed the Minister of Education to give appointments to the graduates directly. Others will be integrated to the teaching service upon completion of graduate qualifications. The President symbolically presented appointments to several members of the Mahasangha, Mahanithera and several Dhamma school teachers. The chief incumbent of the Paliyagoda Vidyalankara Piravena, Venerable Valmitiyave Kusala Dhammanayaka Thero, said that today is a very important day for 122,000 Dhamma school teachers who inculcate Dhamma knowledge for the children. Venerable Valmitiyave Kusala Dhammanayaka Thero said that the granting of teaching appointments to the Dharmacharya exam passed persons is a historical occasion. He said that the demands was made since 1994 and the President has clearly understood about the importance of it and made arrangements to provide these appointments as a result of the Mahasangha holding discussions with the All-Island Sasana Rakshaka Mandalya. The Venerable Thero said that today is a day that 122,000 Dhamma school teachers are being made happy. There are 10,340 Dhamma schools in the country. Today is a day that both the Dhamma school teachers as well as the students will become happy. Several members of the Mahasangha, including the Mahanayaka of the Amarapura Mahanikaya, the Most Venerable Dawul Dena Nanisara Thera, the Governor of the Sabaragama Province, Vijayam Lukubandara, Minister Bandul Gunawardena, Deputy Minister Mohan Lal Grero and several parliamentarians attended the function.
The death penalty given to the convicts of the assassination of former Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi has been relaxed as life imprisonments. The Supreme Court, which inquired the petitions submitted by them, announced their decision today. The former Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi was subjected to assassination when he was participating in an election rally in South India in May 1991. The Indian courts convicted in 1998 Murugan, Shantan, Perarivalan and Nalini as convicts in the assassination. Accordingly, death penalties were given to them. Earlier, the courts decided to relax the death penalty of Nalini, who is the wife of Murugan, to a life imprisonment. The pro-tiger terrorists in South India continuously demanded to free the convicts. The court has assigned Tamil Nadu state government to take a decision about the 3 convicts in addition to relaxing their death penalty to life imprisonment. The petition was inquired by a panel of judges headed by the Chief Justice P. Santasivam.
Still on local news, India has increased the assistance being provided to Sri Lanka. The amount of assistance has been increased to 5,000 million rupees against the 4,100 million rupees provided last year. The Indian Finance Minister P. Chidambaram submitted the government's interim budget to the Parliament yesterday. Last year, 117,930 million rupees had been allocated to the Indian Foreign Ministry. This amount has been increased to 141,300 million this year. As a percentage, this is a 20% increase. The Finance Minister P. Chidambaram said that 83,350 million from this amount has been set apart for economic cooperation and development projects in other countries. Several development projects are being carried out in Sri Lanka under Indian assistance. These projects include the extension of the Northern Railway line and construction of houses.
Will be arrested.
We now bring you the Western and Southern Province election roundup. The former Janatha Vimukti Peramuna parliamentarian Premasiri Manage managed to join the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. He obtained SLFP membership at a rally held under the leadership of UPFA Mathura district leader Chandima Rasaputra. A large number of United National Party stalwarts of the Akmimana electorate in the Galle district joined the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. They obtained SLFP membership at a rally held at Bope Poddala. The rally was held under the leadership of parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksha. A group of United National Party members and Janatha Vimukti Peramuna activists joined the Sri Lanka Freedom Party at Atweltota in Agalavatta. They obtained SLFP membership at a rally held under the leadership of Minister Mahinda Samarasinghe. The youths in Gampha district have been enlightened about the Western Provincial Council election. A gathering in this connection was held at the SKK Surya Rachi Vidyalaya in Gonahena. Deputy Minister Lasantha Alakiyawana and several others attended this function. The Election Observers Cafe organization said that the election activities in the Galle district for a free and fair election are being carried out in an impressive manner. The executive director of the cafe organization, Kirti Tennakon, said that throughout the Galle district there are signs of protecting election rules compared to other districts where elections will be held. He said that the police department has taken action to remove all unauthorized propaganda materials and posters, and it is something to be appreciated.
There has been a 32% increase in tourist arrivals in the month of January compared to the tourist arrivals in the month of January last year. The Tourism Development Authority said that 110,000 tourists arrived in the month of January last year, and this has been increased to 146,000 in the month of January this year. Majority of the tourists have come from Russia. 10,700 Russian tourists arrived in January, recording an increase of 92% compared to January last year. The highest number of tourists have arrived last month from North America, Western Europe and Eastern Europe. There is an increase in the arrivals from the Middle East as well. The government target to get 1.2 million tourists last year. However, this target was exceeded by the end of the year, amounting to 1,270,000 tourists. The income earned from the tourists last year amounted to $1,230 million. The government has set a target of 1.5 million tourists this year. An income of $1,800 million is expected from this target. The main objective of the government is to get 2.5 million tourists by the year 2016 and get an income of $3,500 million. With the increase of tourist arrivals, many airlines have also increased the number of air services to Sri Lanka. The Etihad Airlines of the United Arab Emirates have doubled its air services to Sri Lanka. Under the new operation, the first airline with 110 passengers arrived at the Katnaik International Airport.
Welcome back, and we now move on to sports news. Now, to give you the latest from the world of sports, we have Chamindi Samarasekara with us. Over to you, Chamindi.
Thank you, Sharifa. Here's the latest on sports. At the end of the second stage of the Dayatikirla cycle race, Priyantha Vijayasinghe of Dehiwala Mount Laviniya Municipal Council Sports Club was in the lead. He took 7 hours, 2 minutes and 4 seconds to finish the second stage. Nihal Silva of Sri Lanka Navy, who finished the race more than 5 seconds after Priyantha Vijayasinghe, is in the second place. Samantha Lakmal of Sri Lanka Air Force is in the third place. Here's a special report from Amantha Vijayasuriya of Sri Lanka Rupavahini about the second stage of the race. Jeevan Jayasinghe of Sri Lanka Air Force was successful in winning the second round of the Dayatikirla cycle race today. Janaka Hemanthakumara of Sri Lanka Navy became second. The third place was won by Sarath Kumara of Sri Lanka Navy. The race started today from the Karavanalla junction and it was flagged by Minister Ranjit Sibalapitiya. The race was carried out as a peace race for a distance of 20 kilometers. The race passed through Ingiriyawatta, Ginigathena, Navalapitiya, Gampula, Katugastata, Matale and ended at Dambula. The distance of the race was 145 kilometers. The Executive Committee of the Sri Lanka Cricket has decided to express its consent to the proposal submitted by the International Cricket Council. A member of the committee said that the decision to support it was taken giving consideration to the positive side of it. With the implementation of the new proposal, Sri Lanka is to receive an income of $60 million during the next 7 years by participating in cricket matches. $28 million will be received for participating in matches in India, $12 million for participating in matches in England, and $8 million for participating in matches in Australia. Sri Lanka remained absent from voting for the proposal submitted last Sunday by the ICC in connection with International Cricket Administration, financial activities and future match plans. Sri Lanka won the Under-19 World Cup cricket match played against the United Arab Emirates by 8 wickets. The United Arab Emirates team scored 205 runs. Sri Lanka reached the target of 206 runs with a loss of only 2 wickets. Hashan Dumindu scored 113 runs not out. Kusal Mendis 45 runs. Meanwhile, Afghanistan won its match against Australia by 36 runs. England won the match against New Zealand by 115 runs. Sri Lankan Raki Veerasundara, who played for New Zealand, scored 41 runs.
Somehow he's flicked that by Winslade.
The Super League round matches of the Rupavahini Sri Lanka Youth Volleyball Tournament started at the Youth Services Indoor Stadium in Maharagama today. The Navy team is leading in the men's front and the Air Force is leading in the women's front.
Well, that's it for tonight's news. Do watch us tomorrow at the very same time. Good night.
Good night.